Hi, my name is Kakuli Nag, and I'm doing this video with just one purpose, and I'm going to purpose just a minute. I think in this crisis, the government has done a wonderful job. The media, the police force, and of course, the medical professionals, they are working tirelessly. Now the onus is on us. The first two stages have been taken care, the administrative part has been taken care, the policy changes, the address to the nation. Now, the simple onus, the simple responsibility that we have is to understand the gravity of the situation and treat this accordingly. The work from home option that is being given to you, or paid leaves that's being granted due to this lockdown, please do not defeat the purpose and the objective of that by loitering around. As simple as that. For a smoke or a casual walk, some people are so irresponsible that in the past few days I'm actually calling them out based on their Facebook status. If they have traveled and they have not self-isolated them, probably, by the end of this crisis, I'm going to lose quite a few friends. But it is funny to note who is actually sensitive enough to think not of greater good, just your own community. Being irresponsible not to self-isolate even after traveling, and just to justify your travel or your interaction with people, you figure out a particular reason why I had to go and make a big deal about that reason, is really not being responsible. I'm not even talking about people who did not understand the symptoms and they just they're just roaming and they think they've been screened in the airport, so that's all perfectly all right, and they might think that they haven't come from a place where it was affected, so it's perfectly all right to do a local trip. Nothing is all right. The situation is, if anybody understands how this spreads, and especially in third stage, when we are expecting community transmission, it's important to understand how the droplet infection happens. And if we don't understand any of it, the most we can do is adhere to the mandates that we are getting from the government. Just stick to it. It's not asking too much. I'm being repetitive and it might sound like sermons, as if I'm the only person who understands this and nobody else does. But let me give you a couple of examples so that you know what I'm trying to say. The other day I went to a bank. I had to travel by local train and bus. And it was very nice of that facility management to have a sanitizer, and the security, he was not having a sanitizer, he was actually having a hand wash. So basically I had to apply it and wash my hands and then get into the building. I was more than happy to do that. But the person before me, he just refused and walked in. Today I went to a place to make a deposit. It's not a bank, it's a non-banking center. And it was really nice, the person didn't even open the collapsible gate. Before that, he asked me to sanitize my hands, which was, I really appreciate that. But then when I went to Airtel to make a bill payment, and I asked them, do you have a sanitizer? Nothing was given to me, to the visitor, nothing was there available for them. So It's not just people who are being irresponsible by choosing to walk away, it's also corporations who choose to keep their offices open for the public but not take necessary precautions. And if just to take it one step ahead, the other day I asked a person who had traveled from abroad if she had self isolated herself, because what I was seeing on Facebook was another trip to a local area immediately after the trip abroad. So I was so curious to know whether she had self isolated herself for 8 to 10 days. With a lot of pride, she said, "No, I did office full time." So, the reason why I'm giving these examples are, it's I don't think habits can be changed overnight, but then if we don't do it now, we are only defeating the entire purpose of this lockdown. Just to make it, it might sound a little extreme, but how do you behave during war? Do you loiter around? Do you go out for a smoke or a casual walk or to chat with a friend? This is war, and the siren is, you can talk about the Prime Minister's Tali and Thali episode as a war siren. He's preparing the nation for what is ahead. It's not a 5-minute thing to thank the medical professionals, it's a siren that this will happen. Today, Janta curfew is like something you're asked to do on a Sunday. This might happen more frequently in the months to come. Flattening the curve is a concept you need to understand and cascade it down to people who do not have access to a graph. The number should go down. And the surest way for the number to go down is, I'm stating the obvious, is not really social distancing. It is physical distancing. And when we go out, we should act in a manner not to avoid the virus, but behave that you have the virus and you don't want to spread it. So, how would you behave? With a little bit of integrity, you would be honest enough to stay away from kids, from seniors, and practice some kind of personal hygiene. I really hope people will understand the gravity of the situation and behave more responsibly and call out people publicly if they are doing things that can be harmful to others, like spitting, or again not using the sanitizer, ignoring mandates, and risking others' lives. Thank you.